up, y'all? This is the Queen's Podcast 1107. This is motherfucking Queen Pretty Decent in the building.
Lou, hey.
Yes, and y'all see we got Lou back on. We had some comments that I was looking for Lou. Let me stop. Nobody said that shit.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, Lou is back. So
hi.
Woo! And I want to jump right into it. So it's prom season.
Yeah.
And I'm like super happy to see the pictures. Everybody wearing like the dress. I didn't go to prom. I got a GED. I got a fake ID though.
I didn't go to prom either. I had a baby, but I was 18. But I went to an all-girls school, and we didn't have a prom.
Get some. But you did go to college, and you know your life was good. So no, but it's Friday. I'm home early, so I'm like super excited to see you guys.
Memorial Day weekend.
Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yes.
And so we are back for another day. It's Friday, May 23rd, and I just want to say that if you are having like issues finding things for your teenager to wear to prom, you can go to Amazon, you can go to Walmart. You just gotta make things look cute. Even Rainbow got some fly ass dresses. You don't have to spend $2,000 on a goddamn dress and a suit and a tie. You don't have to do that. Shein, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to wait a little minute, but just, you know, order ahead of time.
I remember last year the Bronx Supreme Court was giving out prom clothes
For free.
So
They
I don't know
was.
if they're still doing it again this year, but it turned out pretty good.
So congrats to all of the graduates. School is a very important thing. Never stop dreaming. Never stop following your dreams. I don't care if you're working at Burger King and you about to graduate high school. You could be the manager of that shit. You could do more than that. You know, you can be the corporation type person. You know what I'm saying? All that type of fly shit. You know, go to school, finish school, do whatever you want to do. If you want to be a content creator, that's fine too.
Right.
If your followers is up there, follow your dreams. But shout out to my niece Janaya. She's graduating this year, and I just ordered her shoes and her dress, and I'm so excited because like I always want to be that person. You know, I'm that aunt. Like I'm just like, let me do it. Like please let me do it. So shout out to my cousin Naila because she knows like that's my thing. We're all girly girls, but that's my thing. So shout out to her. And it's graduation season, so
shout out to the single moms who are helping these children.
Shout out to the single dads, because I be seeing some single dads too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or people in a relationship and they still like a single mother, single father, and the other person ain't doing shit, just chilling all day. So
stepmoms, foster parents, as long as they're getting them kids through high school and middle school, because you know the real challenge is now. Right. It's gonna start because she's leaving the 8th grade to go to 9th grade.
Yeah.
So she'll be heading to high school.
Naila did her big one with that.
Exactly.
Big things.
Exactly.
Big things are going. But let me stop. I sound like Drake. But yeah, so I wanted to jump into this Papoose and Remy shit.
Oh Lord.
I felt like they were, what is it, the epitome?
The epitome of
I always say the epitome. And she says you say it the wrong way. But I feel like people was waiting for that to happen, and it's like, what the fudge, man? What the fudge? I still think he's
online reading stuff.
He's online reading stuff. He's letting his new chick run her mouth. I'm a Bronx girl, so I'm Team Remy all day. I don't give a fuck what happened. Like, listen. I'm not gonna lie, that Conceited song used to get on my nerves, but I'm a pretty girl, so I'm not bothered by shit like that. But Papoose seems like a stand-up man. But whatever they went through is what they went through.
I don't think they should have been putting all of this stuff. Whatever they went through, she got caught, and now he's...
You really think that's the story?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
We don't know. We don't know. The fans out there,
aired.
we don't know.
Dirty laundry's getting aired, you know.
Yeah.
My thing is, he went on every visit. He married her. I feel like he got played. I feel like he got played.
That's not funny.
It isn't funny because I went through that.
We all went through that.
So
we all done
had
a motherfucking jail that
even
wasn't
worse.
shit.
Listen.
Them visits and pictures make you feel like the motherfucking Dawn's daughter.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, she got out. They got married. They had a daughter, and
she's so pretty.
They was Black love. People's laughing at that. People thought that was a joke.
They thought it was a fucking joke.
And I'm so sorry to see. Nobody thought that was going to last. Everybody was making fun of it because there's a certain thing that's taking place.
Right.
In our culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I had somebody tell me that we're winning. You know, we're winning. So...
You messy?
No, I'm not being messy. I'm just saying, like when people
the cancer's the crab.
When people hear Black love,
they think it's a joke.
They think it's a joke because
they do.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, or however anybody wants to look at it, our men are not really gravitating toward us, and the few that are, people are just waiting to snatch them.
You know, when I was a little girl, and it's. You know, that's why I love this show, because we can finally speak out, you know, the things we talk about in our household, you know, forever. And when I was a little girl, I would say, Ma, you know, what's the problem? And so I'm going to break it down because we have time today. And she would be like, you know, what's the girl name? Because, you know, everybody first and last name from elementary school and down. The girl, she was saying, I experienced racism when I was a little girl. And she won the spelling bee. And the girl, she was supposed to win.
No, it was a boy.
Right. They were supposed to win a fucking radio. And what happened? You got pencils, colored pencils, and construction paper.
I was the happiest little Negro girl in the world. Let me say this. It was we was, like I said, and I don't know if anybody remembers the conversation. We was bused from the hood to the white school on the top of the hill.
Was that PS 68?
PS 68 on Strangen Hill.
That was a nice school when I was a kid too.
It really was. And each grade had 4 classes. I don't know if they still do that. There was 4 first grades, 4 second grades, 4 third grades.
Things are different now.
So forth and so on.
Yeah.
So this was the annual spelling bee for all the classes. Mm-hmm. And I beat everybody in the second grade.
Right.
There's 4 second grade classes, so that's like maybe 60 kids.
Yeah.
And I won.
Hey.
And they gave me a pack of construction paper. Back then it was kind of like yellow or beige. It was beige. And the 64 curl of crayons.
Damn. And the first kid, winner was supposed to get
the second place prize.
But what did he get?
He got the radio. He got the radio and the second place prize.
Right. And
then when I went back to school, he asked me, how do you like your radio? I'm like, a radio? Back then they were the little transistor radios, AM, FM.
But that still was mean though.
And I'm second grade. He was embarrassed. He felt bad for me. He was going to give me his radio. His name is John Lamborghini.
John, you out there? You out there, John? Let us know. Get in the comments. But really and truly, what I'm saying is, a lot of times, and a disclaimer, we're not racist. Black people can be racist, but we're really not racist. We have a lot of mixtures in this family. But one thing I will say is, you would basically be schooling us on shit like that. And I would say, why do people do this and why do people do that? And you would give us such a breakdown of it that I'm not going to get into. And it's like, the older I get, I'm saying, damn, must be what you was feeling. And it sucks. Because I'm like,
as a second grader.
Not as a kid, but...
No, as a kid.
As a grown-up, it was different, though.
Not as a second grade, but when they killed Martin Luther King in the 5th grade, and my best friend Lori told me, she came back from school, she came back from lunch. See, the private house kids went home to eat lunch. Mm. And those of us that...
Because the houses is close. The hood is a little bit... It's a walk.
Yeah, so... But she did live by the hood, but she would trek home to eat lunch and come back to school, and she came back crying.
Right.
And I was like, why are you crying? And she said, because them... killed Martin Luther King. And I said, who was that? And she was so angry with me.
Right.
She said, you don't know who Martin Luther King is? She said, get out my face. And I was like, oh... So when she explained to me,
you got on a Black Panther tirade. I just fuck with you. Don't block me, YouTube.
Exactly.
But she really did. But you really did. So you was different as a kid versus what you was as a grown woman. And I'm saying, bringing it all home. It is sad we don't see a lot of us together. You can have a preference, and you can deal with who you want to deal with in this life. I think there's a lot of fine ass white men, Spanish men, Asian men. But I do really love some chocolate. But
Well,
then I see them out, and I'm really going to get into this, and some people are not going to like it, and that's fine, but that's why I'm here. Because I'm not here to sugarcoat shit.
Mm-hmm.
You could be out with them, and they're with somebody else, and the woman says, she'll smile at you, and I'm smiling at her. I'm like, I don't got no shit to be, like, look at me. I don't got no shit to be, insecure about or whatever, and it's like, he'll be, like, scared and shit. Like, he be scared.
Oh.
Black men, y'all gotta stop doing that shit. Stop doing that shit,
or if
bro.
they're
It's
alone,
not cute, yo. Stop.
If they're alone, they be talking, you be laughing, you be in the grocery
and they be like,
store.
My wife
said. I'm like, nigga, I'm not trying to get with you.
I asked you what aisle the fucking paprika was in, my nigga.
Sometimes they approach you like,
what aisle is this in or whatever, and then
what do you think about this? And we start talking and we start laughing.
It's a vibe because it's a us kind of thing.
And
like,
God forbid if she's in the store.
What you making with that? What you cooking for dinner? Well, actually, I was going to make some ribs. You making collard greens with that? Yes, I am. You making pie potatoes? And we talking. It's like, you don't have to get like that. You can date whoever you want. We all can date whoever we want, but that scared shit. And that's what I'm saying with Remy and Papoose. When I seen that, I was very happy because it's like, these are celebs or whatever. I don't idolize celebrities, but it is something beautiful to see.
Right.
We see on every reality TV show. We see on every movie, whether it's Tubi, whether it's big movies, whether it's B movies. That's all we see is like the constant, like, oh my God, like nobody likes us, and you don't have to. Like we're not. I promise you, we're not sitting at home crying. School was never my thing, but I see a bunch of black women when they go through heartbreak, especially when it's from another black man. They go to fuck back to school. Mm-hmm. They go get their bachelor's. They go get their master's. They go get their PhD. Honey, they are doing things. And they're like, oh, you don't fuck with me? I'm doing this. I'm making this amount of money. So shout outs to them. But I'm basically saying like that's just my personal view of what I'm seeing and what I've experienced. But I don't know the story with them, but I know that it's something that is hurtful to see. Mm-hmm. And I don't think, when you're laying down with your man at 2 a.m., you don't know what's being said. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're arguing about. There's no fly on the wall to know anything. And even if you are in front of people, there's always going to be different opinions of things that's going on around in your circle. So I pray that they could.
We could peel that onion. We could peel the onion on what you're talking about.
I pray they could get through it though. Really, like I want them back together. But if they can't, at least be cordial. Because sometimes in the moment, you say, I would never fuck with that person again. I would never be their fucking friend again. Depending on how somebody treated you, but y'all have a beautiful daughter. Y'all have kids from previous relationships,
right?
And all of the kids was basically close with both of y'all. And we see that in everyday life.
That's messed up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's messed up.
But I get it. Mm-hmm. They're both hurt.
Right.
How about that? Exactly. They're both hurt. And I'm gonna leave that there. And I'm gonna turn it back over to you because you had some topics you wanted to talk about last week when you was an audience member over there on the couch.
Well, it's always constant stuff. I was gonna piggyback on what you were saying about black love and relationships and our people and all the division. If people don't want to hear that it started when we came over here as servants and slaves in chains.
Unfortunately.
And Hollywood had a serious impact on us little girls. And we had a dad in the
You
house.
talking about when you was washing your face and you got in trouble for washing your face with your hands?
Oh, Lord. I got a beating because I was washing my face.
We do this all day.
I was washing my face. I seen an Noxzema commercial. Mm-hmm. We had Noxzema in the house.
And this white lady was washing her face with her hands.
And I went in the bathroom and did that. My brother saw me and he told my mother, Anthony. He said,
Uncle Anthony, rest in peace to Uncle Anthony.
We was washing her face with her hands like them white girls. I'm saying, as I got older... Well, why the hell y'all got us sit in front of that TV all day watching this stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, we like Dr. Kildare. We loved Elvis.
Bonanza.
Little Joe Cartwright.
You still watch
Andy Griffin. He wasn't a idol, but even still.
Brady Bunch. I love the Brady Bunch.
We're sitting at home in front of TV watching these people and we're idolizing them and we're thinking that we're gonna get with these guys. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole lot of things, intricate things about our culture that we want to get rid of. and not realizing that everybody wants to be what we are.
I've experienced both sides. How about this? And this is gonna blow y'all's mind. When I first got into the working world, and I love being black, the nicest people to me were the white people. It was the Dominican people. It was the Puerto Rican people.
That's madness.
The black women were not nice.
Exactly.
The black men, they still were doing the hiding thing. I think that's Amazon. Just a second. But it was just a situation where I was like, wow, I don't fit in here. And not like I'm here, and I wasn't born to fit in, I was born to stand out. But we'll be back after these messages. Actually, you can get up and go get it.
Turn it off.
No? Okay. Because really, we're on a small-ass table and we can't really fit. So we'll be back.